ginger and miso prawn noodles. It's really, really easy, super delicious, pretty healthy too, which is something that we are doing more and more in this household where we can. So I wanted to make something using miso because I'd used it in another recipe and therefore I like to use up my ingredients. So I got the idea for this, and the Japanese flavours work so well with these noodles. I really hope you like the look of the recipe. If you do, please hit that like button for me. It really does help my channel so much. And if you're returning here or you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, it's just that button down below. It's free. Please do it. It really does help me so much. And then you'll be able to see more of my Ninja Foodi recipes as well. So let's get into today's one. Let's go make it, and I hope you give it a try. Just because there's a fair few ingredients in this recipe, I thought I'd run through these with you first. So this is my miso and ginger prawn noodles. So I've got edamame beans. I always keep these in my freezer because they're really handy to then use those for recipes. I've got some prawns which have been defrosting. And I've had those in the fridge. I'm going to devein those, so that's obviously getting all the nasties out of the prawns. That's my next job. I have got white miso paste. I've got some crushed dried chilies. You can use fresh chili if you prefer. Fresh ginger, sugar snap peas, carrot, spring onion and cucumber. I have got in here sesame oil, some rice vinegar. That is my soy sauce and honey. I've got sesame seeds, and then I have got my garlic and my egg noodles as well. So that's everything you're going to need for this recipe. So let's get started on SEAR and SAUTÉ. Going to heat this up. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of sesame oil. Not a lot at all. Tiny bit. And into there, I'm going to add my ginger. Then I'm going to crush in my garlic. Let's just scrape that all in. And then I'm going to add my prawns. Now prawns don't take very long to cook. And as you probably know, as soon as they start to turn pink, you are pretty much good to go. So this is a really, really quick dish. Now I've got my noodles cooking. My noodles need to be boiled or simmered for 4 minutes. And into the noodles, the last kind of minute or two, I'm going to add the edamame beans just so that they can tenderize. Let's add in my sugar snap peas into here as well. And also my shredded carrot. Now we're going to need to be careful not to overcook our prawns. So I just want to add a little bit of heat to these vegetables. I'll probably pick the prawns out, nice and simple, once I think they are cooked enough. We've got that lovely garlic and ginger in here, a little bit of sesame oil, but we're going to make a beautiful dressing to go on this as well. So just grab out your cooked prawns because you don't want to overcook those because they won't be very nice. Oh, one last prawn in there. I'm going to turn off the SEAR and SAUTÉ because there's plenty of heat in here, and I'm only softening these just ever so slightly anyway. So I've got a jam jar here because it's just a really easy way of mixing up a dressing, giving it a really good shake. So let's begin with our white miso paste. We want sesame oil. So it's a tablespoon of miso paste, a teaspoon of sesame oil, half a teaspoon of honey. That's just going to balance it out nicely, and a little bit of sweetness in there. A tablespoon of rice vinegar. There you go. There you go. You can see that Japanese rice vinegar. You can get that in most of the supermarkets. And a teaspoon of soy sauce. I put the lid on and I give it a good shake. So my noodles are nicely cooked. Let's get some of that dressing on them so they don't stick too much. Just a little bit in there to start with. And let's just give those a little mix. So the edamame beans are in there and they're defrosted and tender. So let's get our prawns in. And some spring onion. And then into my pot, I also added at the last minute some chili flakes because I think that is really nice in this, just to have a little bit of a kick. Let's stir all of that through. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? That is looking really, really nice. The rest of the dressing, get it all in there. That's what's going to make it taste so good. Stir all of that through. I'm going to add my cucumber and then also some sesame seeds as well. Give that another stir. Got a few bits of cucumber that are stuck together. Come on, come apart. There you go. That looks better. That is a delicious noodle dish. What a gorgeous, easy, simple recipe. Obviously, it's going to vary with whatever noodles you use to how you're going to cook them, but it's nice and quick and easy, and we're using just the Ninja on SEAR and SAUTÉ. So let's go and serve that. So here we go. Let's get it all in the bowl. This gorgeous Japanese-inspired dish. Those noodles with the edamame beans, the prawns. That dressing is what makes it, and those sesame seeds as well are absolutely delicious. That is one quick, healthy dinner right there. So fresh and exciting. I hope you really enjoy this recipe. It's a really fast one. It's just a simple way of using the Ninja to cook those prawns and add loads of flavour.